Don't burn your arm on old Cher.
Cher would never burn me. Welcome back to She Show videos.
Hi guys.
Don't use Cher's name in blasphemy terms.
Share our videos with your friends.
You can say that, absolutely.
Subscribe, please.
Please subscribe. We're almost halfway. Hopefully by the time that this video airs, we're more than halfway. Even if we're at 1,000, that would be wonderful.
We're always doing lots of giveaways and stuff. There's really no reason not to watch is what we're saying.
Yeah, I mean,
So.
we're funny.
I'm funny.
I was being nice when I said we're funny.
No. I'm Elizabeth and this is Britany.
Yes.
And we are She Show videos.
What was, are you
Thank
a
you
flight
for joining
attendant?
us. I applied to be a flight attendant once. I think I'm too tall. They ask for your height and your weight, which is fucking rude. I should have lied.
That's what.
But I am always honest, and it's really a blessing and a curse. What are we talking about today?
Today, we're going for a fan favorite.
Okay.
Foreplay.
Everybody loves foreplay, to be honest.
So, let's talk about what you consider foreplay. Because I have found out that what I consider foreplay and what other people consider foreplay are vastly different.
What do you mean? I thought, what are people considering foreplay?
They think that, like, a quick makeout is foreplay. I'm like, that's just making out.
That seems like just a typical part of
Yeah.
the process.
That's
It's
what-
not...
That's why I'm like, that's not... Well, like, isn't that what you do before you get... I'm like...
Sometimes.
First of all, could you imagine making out with Chris Taylor for 20 minutes?
Remember when we used to do that when we were young?
Well, yes, I do remember it, but I'm not ever doing it again.
Me neither. And when that was like young. Like we would be making out in cars, people driving. Like that shit is weird and gross to me now, and it feels very predatory.
Rapey.
Okay. Yes, it
gives
does.
me very rapey.
And I was all about it.
We know.
But now, and I look back, I'm thinking like, ew, gross. No, I'm not making out with anyone for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of exchanging of saliva.
I'd rather suck a dick.
Yeah.
and make out for 20 straight minutes.
That's a lot of exchanging of saliva. There's a lot of, like, my lips are chapped at that point.
There's like a lot of things happening.
How many times can you make out, honestly? Like, you can't really change the pattern that much. You got a tongue and lips. Like, what are you doing?
Nope. Not 20 minutes. I guess you could consider that a foreplay factor, but just to make out to banging does not seem like adequate foreplay to me. First of all, where's the moisture coming from? Because my mouth is dry now.
First of all, not only is my mouth dry, I feel like I can smell your spit, and now I'm dry.
And it doesn't really get me going.
No,
Making
not at
out,
all. No.
Now, if your lips are making out with my lips, that's different.
The person I was having this debate with said that's just oral sex. That's sex. That's not foreplay. Nice.
If that's all you're doing, if that is the climax, the maximum of your session, I would agree with that. But if that leads to typical sex or vaginal sex, anal sex, penetration of another type, that is foreplay now. It is not, you didn't have sex 3 times because you did anal and oral and vaginal in one session.
First of all, now you have a UTI.
Right. I don't know what order you did them in, but that's not like 3 sex sessions. That's 1 sex session with multiple
penetrated orifices.
Yes. Okay. Multiple points of entry. Okay?
Sounds like a gun wound.
Is there an exit point? Anal. Anyways, so whoever that person is, I have to disagree with you on that. I guess you could tomato it, but that's foreplay. If that is gearing me up for something else, that's foreplay.
I feel like foreplay, and again, this is like based on like what you and your significant other or the person you're pounding at the time is. Like, the person who likes belly button worship, I feel like that could be a form of foreplay.
Agreed.
Like, this is my erogenous zone.
Yep.
Have at it. Some people say, I feel like it was just the matter of being younger versus being older. Like, the person I was talking to was significantly younger than myself.
Okay.
So she was like, well, I like when he kisses my neck. Again, not foreplay to me. I'm like, that sounds like a hickey.
Chris Taylor would kiss my neck if I was washing dishes in the kitchen.
Yeah, like, that sounds like a hickey to me. I don't.
I don't-
She said kissing my neck or like ear for a significant amount of time, and I said I feel like you have hickeys, and now the world
I
thinks
also
you're trashy.
feel like your like ear is kind of sticky then, depending on how long he's over there.
First of all, what is he saying? Like I just
Is he saying stuff? I don't like that. I'm not into talking.
I feel
That's
like
not
there's
for me.
only so much that can happen those ways. Like I feel like okay, like that's what I said.
Maybe
I'm like,
he's kissing her neck and fingering her vag at the same time.
because I also said you could even go as far as fingering, and she said that's also penetration, so that's not.
So she thinks that fingerlingus, if you will, is sex.
That's a form of penetration.
Is she Amish?
She's a classier lady than we are.
Is she Amish?
No,
Okay.
she's young and classy, like we were when we were young. It's a Red Ryder BB gun.
There's a lot of things out here. Okay, so her foreplay is making out and kissing of the neck.
Yeah.
I think those can be part of
That's
foreplay.
what I said. That's the start. That's like the very, like, within 5 minutes, we've gone neck, we've gone, or mouth, neck.
Now we're moving. Yeah.
We're moving down south.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I get that.
Yeah,
Gotta
that's-
start somewhere. You
that's
can't
what I
just
said.
go straight to.
That's what I said. I'm like, once we, start with, like,
Mhm.
we've given each other the green light, it's time. Because, consent matters.
It does.
Okay?
It
Don't forget
does.
that. We've started with the lips. Now you're, making your way down. Maybe some kisses to the nipple region. Maybe some belly button worship. And then we go down.
Mm-hmm. And maybe
Whether-
your tongue tickling taints while you're down there.
Yeah, whether you're fingering it, you're tonguing it.
If you're into feet, I feel like you're headed in the right zone.
Yeah,
you know?
like you can kiss down the leg to feet, whatever you're up to.
Maybe you have to define the end goal in order
I
to
feel like-
determine what foreplay.
The end goal is
is.
always the same. It should always be the same.
What if somebody's end goal is specifically anal sex for that night? Does vaginal penetration become foreplay? I know. I'm blowing my own mind thinking about it. But, I mean, if that's what you're into or that's where you're trying to go for the night.
Like it's anal night. It's Thursday. It's
right.
anal night.
Woo! It's anal night.
I feel like
Oh, what a night. Okay?
Don't
Then-
say, oh, what a
Then
night.
does, like, vaginal penetration become part of the foreplay? I feel like it almost does.
I feel like it could. Like
because that's not 2 sex sessions.
I feel like it could. I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there.
And I don't think there is any day on this planet where anal is foreplay for me. Just so we're clear here. Not dickle penetration.
The one
okay?
knuckle rule.
That is foreplay. But I
Okay.
would argue that's like fingerlingus, though.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I see
Different
what-
orifice, same extremity. Okay.
Okay. A little
So
pressure
I
on
think
the.
maybe it depends on the end goal. Like, what is coming is the end goal.
It's always the end
right.
goal.
But where's your end destination? Like, where are you trying to go?
Where are you trying to travel to?
Yeah. How are you getting to Pound Town? Okay. What bus line
All
are you
aboard.
taking?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you taking a train? A
Is this
bus?
a one-way ticket? What's happening?
Jet.
I have a lot of questions.
I mean,
Because oral, right, can be just sex. If I'm just giving head, I'm clearly I'm 18, 21. Clearly I'm young, okay, because I'm giving oral to completion. But then that is the sex. Is there foreplay for
anal.
BJs only?
I don't think you need foreplay for BJs only.
Because guys can win boners.
Yeah, so
you don't
I
need to
feel
work
like
hard to get them up.
for like
You just
like if you're giving BJs only, if you're putting it in your mouth, half the time boys are
put
like,
it in my mouth. Remember that song? We sang some nasty songs.
I know our parents like.
I'm concerned about it.
But if you're putting it in your mouth 9 times out of 10, unless your partner,
Just struggling with
Yeah.
ED.
it's getting hard. Okay.
It's true. If not, you should ask yourself, what are you doing? What are your opportunity areas?
Been there. Okay. So I feel like you don't need
Okay.
You're providing the moisturization. You're providing the sex at that point. You're providing. It's a full course meal
Are
at
you
that
spitting
point.
on it?
No.
Okay,
I
you're
can't
right.
spit very well.
Me neither. My mouth is dry, and I drink a lot of water,
too.
so it's not dehydration. I don't
First of all, the people could.
think my body just yearns for moisture. I don't know.
It might have. It'd be like a fake poo.
You'd have to get one of those like baby snot things and like hide it, and then you just squeeze it on there.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, I feel like I can't do
It is an interesting concept. I guess I really never thought about it. Kissing on the neck, that is not enough foreplay. That
No.
is part of foreplay, but to me that's not enough. Maybe that's because it doesn't get me going to get kissed on the neck
I
usually.
agree. And
Now,
feel
if it's like super passionate, maybe, but that's because I know that we're moving down. It's not because the kiss on the neck gets me wet. It's like
I feel like
the anticipation.
the same thing. I said, well, I require a certain amount of foreplay. Unless I am drunk,
We have talked about this.
I require a certain amount of foreplay. So I'm like, how can you kiss for that long? Like, there's just no freaking way. And even before when I was younger and I didn't know better, I knew, like, if we were making out and then we went straight to having sex, like, there was a 90% chance that I'm not getting where I want to go by the end of this session. And it's just for...
But we were younger then, and we made concessions. And I'll speak for both of us and a lot of you out there, okay? We were just banging to bang, just so we could tell people we banged. Like, it didn't really... Not until I was much older did I start being like, you know what? I can tell I'm not going to get there, so let's just skip it.
Yeah, like I'm not in the right headspace, so you know what?
I know.
Unless you're doing some Magic Mike style stuff, it's just not going to happen tonight. And
What
I've
if
seen
your
Chris
next-
Taylor do some Magic Mike type stuff.
Me too. What if your next lover turns on some music, okay? Shimmies down your hallway. Does a striptease dance in your bedroom door?
Does he look like Channing Tatum?
No. You met him on Tinder. Okay. And then he tosses his shirt, hits you in the face with it. Are you into that?
Is he a solid 10 plus?
No. You met him on Tinder.
Then there's a good chance I'm not into it. At all. Not even a little.
Okay. Just a little piece of advice, guys.
But if you look like Channing Tatum, I'm into it.
Okay.
All the time.
What about Donald Glover?
I'm not into it.
What about Ja Rule?
I'm definitely not into it.
What about Nelly?
Nelly now, yeah, I'm into it.
Joe Biden. I didn't want to say a bunch of just old 90s rappers. I want to throw in an old 90-year-old man too.
You know who I would really be into? My chocolate drop.
Michael Strahan. Hello, sir. I hope
If
you're
he-
watching.
If he tried to pull out some of those Magic Mike moves, all he would
Do you
have
think
to
he
do
has
is...
Megan knees?
First of all he'd have to do is turn on the music.
I don't
that
think he has
struts
Megan
down
knees.
the hallway, and I'm slid right out of the bed.
I think he would hit his head on your ceiling. Okay.
He'd hit his head on something.
Also, he doesn't have Megan knees. I'm certain. If he tried to do a Magic Mike routine, Michael, I love you very much. I don't think you could pop up. Prove me wrong if you need to, but
Prove me wrong.
Britany also doesn't have Megan knees, so.
You know what? Like I said, he doesn't need to have Megan knees. All he really does is just turn on the music in the house and then
How did we get
A
from
puddle.
talking about foreplay to
A
Michael
puddle.
Strahan stripping in your hallway?
God, if you love me, I will
Do
see
you know
Michael
that song,
Strahan.
Unanswered Prayers? Okay. I think you're headed down a road of
You don't
disappointment
know.
here.
Me and Michael could be lovers at some point in our life. I don't even know
Have
if
you
he's
had a lover named Michael in the past?
No. But God's saving Michael for me.
You know what?
Thank you.
Kissing, making out alone, not foreplay. I'm gonna have to agree with you here.
Mm-hmm.
We have decided that vaginal intercourse could be foreplay. I think the end goal matters. I think the destination, like what is the climax, the height of your session, because anything leading up to that is considered foreplay.
I agree.
But you can't go from a kiss on my neck to the dick in my butt. Just tell you right now, that is inadequate foreplay.
What if you're Fair Abrams?
Pulses open.
Exactly. It's
Still.
probably ready at any point.
Ew. What if you sat down and it was just open?
Ew.
I feel like you stink like all the time.
I feel like you
Don't
definitely
that
have
belly
to watch
button
it out.
smell?
Yeah, you definitely have to watch it out.
Gross. We gotta go.
I know. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Gross. I've been working on my flex, so.
Okay. Ooh, 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 ooh.